Okay, so we finally had Fantastic Four, and it's a movie that a lot of people were really looking forward to it. And we're gonna see today if the movie were actually good. Should you see it? Or, as I know, a lot of people are skipping Marvel movies, unfortunately. Should you skip this one? So let's start with the story. We don't really see any origin stories, which is a good thing. Hollywood is doing this for at least all the big superheroes. Because if you're a big superhero, we pretty much have seen all of their like origin stories. It's a thing that they did with Superman. If you haven't watched my video about it, you can watch it here. You can click it here. It's a thing they did with Spider-Man. No origin stories for Spider-Man as well. Uh, I'm pretty sure Batman also didn't have any origin story. So it's a good thing they're doing. And yeah, we just get a dialogue about their origin, and we just get to the kind of an action scene. Not really. They just show that they are catching their villains. That's how you start the whole movie. So they are already established. There been, I think there have been Fantastic Four in this universe for 4 years. So yeah, they are already established, and yeah, one of the main villains that we see on the start of the whole movie, it's a villain that we saw exactly on the Incredibles movies, and I know that the Incredibles were based off the Fantastic Four, but it's not really about who came first in the comic side. A lot of people don't really know that. They're like, that the Fantastic Four came first and the Incredibles were based off that. So, yeah, people might think that, Fantastic Four take inspiration, let's say, of Incredibles. We'll see. We'll see what people think about it. Their chemistry is pretty good together. They have really good interactions. But one good thing about like the trailers, we didn't really see much of the actual movie in the trailer, and that's a really good thing. Marvel used to do this, but then in the last like 2 years they didn't really do it. So I'm personally happy that when I actually get to see the movie, I haven't really saw anything in the trailers. You know what I'm saying? It was a good surprise. A lot of the footage that we saw in the trailers were like from the first, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. A lot of the footage were for like the beginning of the movie. So, yeah, there's a good bunch that we just have not seen before. So that was nice. I enjoy that. One of the bad things about the story is the fact that there's not really much fight sequences. There's like maybe like two fight sequences. It's a action movie, so that's not really acceptable, I would say. So I don't really know how like general audience would get the get the movie. For at least for a Marvel movie, that's pretty bad. Uh but the ending is pretty solid. They definitely got a lot of inspiration from the first Avengers movie. I'm not really gonna talk that much about it because that would be spoilers, and this is a spoiler-free episode video. Either way, so we're not really gonna go that much into it. But when you see the movie, you will understand what I'm saying. Yeah, they definitely did some inspiration from the Avengers. Yeah. Let's talk about the characters. Mr. Fantastic. Personally, I did not really like Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I'm one of those. Uh, I would have rather John Krasinski, and I will always say it. I will always say it. I think he would have been a way better choice for it. Yeah, but unfortunately, we didn't get it. So, yeah, it is what it is. He's a good actor. I'm not saying he's not a good actor. He is a good actor, but he's just not really, you know, a good Mr. Fantastic. That's my opinion, at least. Maybe some other people liked it. I personally did not like it. And as for his abilities, well, I'm gonna talk more about that in the CGI part of the video. So, yeah, let's just talk about the characters for this part. Uh, the next character is Vanessa Kirby. I love her. She's fantastic. She's definitely a very good choice for Sue Storm, and yeah, she's a phenomenal actor. So yeah, she did fantastic in here. No, like, note anything. She was perfect. Yeah, really liked her. Now, the thing is, that was bad. Holy shit. The thing was uh good. I liked him. I kind of wish we saw more of him. We don't really saw that much. So hopefully in the future of MCU we see more of him. Maybe like interact with Hulk. That would be interesting. I mean, he is a little bit small, I would say. Like in the comics, I saw that he was pretty much as big as Hulk, but in this movie, he's, I would say, quite a bit smaller. So I don't know how that would work, but yeah, the actor did fantastic. Ibn Moss, he has a beautiful voice, and yeah, he did very well. Again, I did not like the CGI, but that's for the next part of the video. So not gonna go that much into it. But yeah, I like the thing. I just wished he was more in the movie. And the best character of the movie, in my opinion, Johnny Storm. He is fantastic. He is such a good actor. He's such a good character. He's great. I loved him. He's very different from Chris Evans, Johnny Storm. Completely different. Not that much of a womanizer anymore. Uh, he is actually quite smart in this movie, which is kinda, again, new. and yeah, I liked him. I Before the movie, I kind of was skeptical of it. I didn't I didn't see it really, but no, he's fantastic. He was really really good. The interaction between Johnny and Ben was a bit different as well, at least different than what we saw from other movies. So that was interesting. It wasn't bad or anything, but it was just different. So yeah, but it's still like they have that little banter, which is nice. I'm happy that they kept that, but it was very more friendly, at least, than before. So yeah, the Silver Surfer. Uh, I thought she was cool. Now was she as cool as the last Silver Surfer that we saw? No, no, not even close. I would say the last Silver Surfer was just really, really cool. He was one of my favorite characters, actually, from Fantastic Four. He was one of my favorites. So she's definitely not as cool, but she's still a pretty cool character. She's using that, you know, surfing board quite literally, like she is surfing in some scenes. Again, when you see the movie, you'll understand what I'm saying. But yeah, she had some pretty interesting scenes. Let's just say that. He was good. He was good. And the last character, Galactus, he was quite terrifying. They did a good job with the whole like aura of him, which was a tough thing to do. To be fair, they changed the color, which was a good choice, and the voice actor that they had for him has a really deep voice, so that altogether was really like a good choice for Galactus. They also paid a little bit of a homage to the cloudy Galactus that we saw before. It was a little, nudge nudge. That okay, we saw that. That was shit. Now you have the real Galactus. So yeah, Galactus was pretty good. We don't really see him that often though, but it's to be expected. But yeah, when he is in the movie, he is pretty compelling character. I liked him. And yeah, that was the characters. The soundtrack was really really good. It really they did a fantastic job with it. It was quite good. They elevated the scenes quite a bit, so that was nice. The directing was really good too. They had some really good cinematography. Some shots were really like just you could have take a screenshot and use it for your wallpaper. That's great. You always want that with your movie. So yeah, the director did a good job with it. The only thing again, maybe I would have put more fight scenes as the director. That would have been that would have been you know solving one of the biggest problems of this movie. And for CGI looks pretty weird at points. Marvel had problems with CGI for the last like 3 years, 4 years. They had been lacking, and it's not the problem of CGI artists. It's because of their schedules and the fact that Marvel don't really give them enough time to do their jobs, unfortunately. And especially now that we saw how James Gunn did it with Superman, he gave Superman CGI artists 1 year to do whatever they need to do for Superman, and they delivered. They delivered. They did a really good job. But yeah, on this side, we don't really see it. CGI looked really bad at times. I'm gonna just say it. Especially, it was kind of weird on The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, and Silver Surfer. Yeah, you don't really. That's exactly what you don't want. Your biggest characters should not look like the way they did at points. At points, it was really good, but at points, it was really bad. So, very inconsistent. They, yeah, they did not that much of a good job with it. Very, very inconsistent. Eh, Johnny and Sue Storm, though, they did look better than everyone else. So, yeah, especially Johnny, because a lot of the time we see him as Human Torch, and yeah, they did quite a good job with it. My only complaint about Johnny's powers were it just doesn't really interact with anything, which was a bit annoying. Like, yeah, it doesn't really interact with anything, and that's a pretty big flaw in the CGI department. Yeah, the details were really good though. Like, there were really small details that they did really well, but personally, I would have been fine with not having those details and have, like, how can I explain it? Like, there are bigger things on the screen that doesn't look that good, but the small little details are really looking good. But again, I would have preferred to have less details but better main characters, better CGIs on the main characters. So yeah, CGI had a lot of problems. I'm just gonna say that it had quite a bit of problems. Yeah, and for the future of MCU, there was quite a few little, you know, references to Doctor Doom. We don't see him, obviously, but there was a few references about it, and yeah, it had two post-credit scenes. They weren't really that big of a deal. They weren't really, yeah. It's not that big. You can skip it, I would say. And for the future, the we kind of see them in Thunderbolts post credit scene as well. Like, we see the Fantastic Four ships in that movie, but we don't really get any explanation in this movie that, like, why we saw that ship in the Thunderbolts. So yeah, we don't really know what happened there. So for the future of the MCU, the only thing is this movie will directly go to the next Avengers movie. Yeah, and they have all been confirmed that are gonna be in the movie. So that's all we know about the future of Fantastic Four, which, to be fair, is more than a lot of other characters that we were introduced before. Like Moon Knight, we have no idea where he is. Eternals, we don't know where they are. So yeah, it's more than a lot of other character gets. So that's nice. And for the conclusion, I would say it's a solid movie. It's pretty good. I it's not as good as Superman. So as for like they are in direct uh competition. So I don't know if it can win against Superman, honestly. Superman is definitely a better movie. Again, if you haven't watched it, you can go to the channel and watch it as well. It's a solid movie. It's a solid movie. I would rate it like 7.5 probably. And yeah, hopefully Marvel do a better job on Avengers Doomsday. I'm really hopeful for it because the last couple of movies they had quite big flaws. Yeah, I hope Marvel get back on their feet. Honestly, I'm more of a Marvel fan than DC, so I'm kind of rooting for them. But yeah, so I hope you liked this video. Uh, if you did, you can subscribe. We're gonna talk more about Marvel in the future, as well as other like movies and TV shows. So if you're interested about that, you can subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.